I'm not sold on Caleb Williams as of yet. He missed a lot of wide open throws when he was not getting pressured last
His
year.
numbers were just as good as Jayden Daniels. What are you talking about?
They
Their
weren't
numbers are almost
nearly as good.
identical. They're
What
almost
are you
like.
talking about?
Go look at Caleb Williams' numbers.
Caleb wasn't even in the conversation for rookie of the year.
Look at Caleb Williams' numbers and Jayden Daniels. I'm gonna show you. Look at their numbers. They're almost identical. They're almost identical this year.
I'll pull it up.
And I'm not talking about the playoffs. I'm talking about the regular season. Fish, they're almost identical. I'm looking at it right now. So
if you don't look at the rushing numbers, they're close.
You had no offensive line. The Washington Commanders had a better. Stop. Now you're trying to find a way out of it. 3,540. No, their numbers are almost identical. What are you talking about? You are on a different team. You're on a team. Stop. You had a freaking coach. First of all, Eberflus was horrible. Stop. What? Really? 3,541 yards. Yeah, stop, Fish. You're on a team that had Dan Quinn and a team that went to the NFC title game because they had a good coach. This guy had nothing around him and a terrible offensive line. Terrible offensive line. For you to say that they're not even close just shows you how incompetent you are to try to fix it.
You don't know anything about advanced analytics.
I don't care about advanced analytics. I'm talking about coaching. I'm talking about coaching.
Hackenberg up against a prevent defense, and he'll get 2,000.
Whatever. They have no offensive line. They had no offensive line, and he was sacked more than anybody in the league. He's still.
On this, but I'm telling you right now,
they're almost identical.
He's the same as Jayden Daniels. He wasn't even close to the top.
If you put Caleb Williams on that Washington team, he has just as good a season, maybe even better than Jayden Daniels. I will put money on it, 100%.
Jameis Winston throws for a lot of yards too, but you're not putting him in the same conversation.
Well, Jameis throws more picks than touchdowns, or close.
Jameis Winston had an offensive line.
It's 50-50.
He had an offensive line. Caleb Williams had nothing. He was sacked like crazy. He was sacked like crazy.
He's going to be sacked because he can't read defense.
I bet you he throws 4,000 yards this year. I bet you he throws 4,000 yards this year. I bet you he throws over 25 touchdowns. I bet you he didn't throw a lot of interceptions this year.
So you're thinking they're going to win the division then?
I think they're going to be a lot better than you say they are. I think they're going to be a lot better than you say they are. I think they're a bona fide playoff team with the players that they have. Yeah.
You think that they can go more than like 8-9, 9-8?
100%. 100%.
They got to face the Lions, the Vikings, and the Packers.
The Lions just lost their whole coaching staff. Okay, and the Vikings, they overachieved last year.
Minnesota's never really great.
They overachieved. They overachieved, and the Packers. There's a lot of questions with the Packers.
So say they. I mean, like
the best they do is 2-4 against them.
Okay,
the best they do.
I'm telling you, you're wrong, and I'm going to prove it to you when the season starts and Caleb Williams lights it up, and I think he's going to light it up.
I think he's going to have a really good year with Ben Johnson because Ben Johnson, we've seen him to be an elite offensive play caller, and we know that Caleb has all of the arm, the speed. He understands the pocket, except he holds onto the ball and thinks he can do everything. You see that with a lot of young guys, Owen. And I know I think I know what you're about to say, and I'm going to let you go in a second. But what I really think that he does really well is that he can make plays happen when they're not there, like guys like Aaron Rodgers would do when he was younger, like guys that like Brett Favre would do things like off platform, as they say. And Caleb Williams, when you can do that, you can really change the game and make it really hard to play defense because it's an indefensible thing when you can get guys like that. So I think that there's a really great chance that he's going to be great. But Jayden Daniels had a season that was so rare that I don't think you can compare it to him because it was great. But did he have better advantages? Sure he did. Dan Quinn's a better coach than Matt Eberflus. No one's arguing that. Matt Eberflus was a joke.
Robert Saleh's a better coach than Matt Eberflus.
I'm telling you right now, if Caleb Williams was playing on Washington, he'd have better numbers than Jayden Daniels. I don't care what anybody says. I've watched them both.
Williams also played for an offensive genius in Lincoln Riley.
Oh,
that everybody said
he's an offensive mind. That's why.
Remember?
Yeah,
Remember
that's why their
supposed to win the
defense
national
couldn't stop a
championship with Caleb
friggin'.
Williams?
They couldn't stop
They were
an
supposed to
elephant
be-
coming up the middle. Come on, give me a break.
Winning does matter, and I do think that Jayden Daniels has shown that he's a winner of a player. We're still yet to see that from Caleb. So I think that's the difference right now. But I think Jayden just had a better first year because he's a lot older than Caleb. We got to remember that he played a lot more college football than Caleb did. So you got to give Caleb
this guy. This guy is a friggin' star. I can't wait until he shoves the football down
Who's
your
this
throats.
comparable to? Like, what do you?
I told you, Aaron Rodgers. I told you, Aaron Rodgers.
It is that type of player.
You'll see.
He's so effortless with his ability to throw on the.
He doesn't throw interceptions. So
yeah, he only had 6 picks this year, 10 fumbles. By the way,
yeah,
but only 6
the offensive line stinks. He had 60.
I know, but hold the ball.
Hold the ball when you're pretty much
5 points.
Let me tell you something. When the pocket is always collapsing, what are you going to do? You're running for dear life. So I'm sorry that what they did. We'll see.
So it's a rookie thing, like that. That's what they do. They want a guy that is a winner. Wants
way
to
better than any of those
make
guys you're
happen.
mentioning. I'm telling you right now.
We said it. Peyton Manning, who I thought, Errol, we talked about this. I thought Peyton Manning for like a 5-year stretch was the best quarterback I ever saw in my entire life. And his rookie year, he has the record for interceptions as a rookie in the league. So it's not like you're just going to come into the league and light it on fire. Jayden Daniels did that. There's nothing to say that.
Dude,
Caleb
he
won't
threw
this year.
almost 3,600 yards with no offensive line, sacked more than anybody. Didn't throw any interceptions, and with a coach, without a coach that actually knew what he was doing. Okay, I'm telling you right now, I don't care what anybody says. If he was playing on Washington, he has better numbers than Jayden Daniels by far.